Hi, I'm having ice cream for breakfast. I'm drooling over the fact that I'm having ice cream for breakfast. Sorry. Hi, how are you today, this morning, this viewing? I am Fremont Lee. I am Fremont Lee. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. That's me, Fremont Lee. Hi, how are you? I do hope all is well with you. I have not spoken of music or movies lately. Today's topic, of course, movies I have yet to watch, which is somewhat true, not true. This is September 21st, 2020. I have birthdays for September 20th and 19th, which I do not believe I've done. So happy belated birthdays for September 19th to David McCullum, Ducky on NCIS, Paul Williams, excuse me, songwriter, singer, actor. I want to say he was the short guy in Smokey and the Bandit. I could be wrong. Twiggy, if you've seen the Blues Brothers, she's the lady in the Porsche that Elwood ends up standing up because they meet at the gas station. Hey, maybe if you'd like to join, we could get together later. He ends up taking off to. Anyway, Lita Ford. If I close my eyes forever. She's done other songs. The Ripper. Jeremy Irons, actor. Victoria Silvstedt. Scott Columbine, who he went up to like a pack a day doing the movie Caddyshack. He's the one with the cigarettes going, who at the end he's like, hey, Noonan, you got this, or something to that effect. Rex Smith, Kim Richards, who was in Escape to Witch Mountain, 1975. She was also in Return to Witch Mountain and Race to Witch Mountain. She played Tia. Well, in Escape to Witch Mountain and Return to Witch Mountain, but I'm not sure about her character's name in Race to Witch Mountain. That one she played like the waitress or something at the place they go to. Cherry O'Terry, Randolph Mantooth, Ernie Sabella. I want to say he's the voice of in The Lion King. The that one thing and the pork belly pig thing. I want to say he did the voice of the pig, the boar. I could be wrong. Columbus Short, Randy Ramos. No, I'm sorry, that's Rudy Ramos. He looks familiar. I knew who he was. I couldn't place him right now. Danielle Panabaker, Jimmy Fallon, Rosemary Harris. She was Aunt B in the was she Aunt B in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies? I'm not sure. Spencer Garrett, Jennifer Cook, who played Megan in Friday the 13th, Part 6, 1986. Trisha Yearwood, Alexandra Vandernoot, who played. Oh, Jason Lives was the Friday the 13th. That Friday the 13th, Part 6. Alexandra Vandernoot, who played Tessa Noel on Highlander TV series, 1992 to 1998. Writer Bruce A. Evans, who wrote Cuffs, 1992. That movie starred Christian Slater. whose brother is a police officer who gets, or a security officer type. The storyline at like each town like hires their own cowboy type thing, or like a police force or something, and security. Some I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I know Mia Jovovich plays the girlfriend in that. Let's see. To the late Adam West, William Hickey, Cass Elliot, Mama Cass, James Lipton, 1926 to March 2nd, 2020, and Ray Danton, Danton. That was out of the top 100 of 1,318 for September 19th. Oh, I forgot Dorothy Dean Bridges. My apologies. Ooh, Mel Stewart, who played Billy Melrose on Scarecrow and Mrs. King, 1983-7. Arthur Mullard, who played Big Man in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, 1960. That's an 8, 1968. And Dorothy Dean Bridges, who was married to Lloyd Bridges. My apologies for almost skipping those two. September 20th birthdays. Aldous Hodge, who played Hardison on Leverage, which I believe they're bringing the show back with 4 of the main characters. Gary Cole, Sophia Loren, she should have been first. Writer George R.R. Martin, John Bernthal, who plays Punisher, I believe. Kristen Johnston. I want to say she was Third Rock from the Sun, the woman, out of the 4 aliens. Moon Bloodgood, Robert Russler, Tony Dennison, Ann Bush Wright, and with the apostrophe B-U-S-H-E, Victoria Dillard, David Haig, Clark Gable III, Catherine Lang, L-A-Y-N-G, who played Curly, the nurse on Doogie Howser, M.D., 1989 to 1993. Steve Tom, Pepper Martin, who was in Superman 2, 1980. He was the gentleman who took his seat at the end. He kind of does that thing. And the late Ann Mira and Clarice Taylor. I will get to the movie shortly. I am Fremont Lee. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it, and that's me. I do hope all is well with you. I am now on today's birthdays. Today being September 20. I can't remember what today is. Oh my gosh. September 21st. I only have them in order, and I should know. Anyway, September 21st birthdays. Stephen King. I can't recall what he's doing. He's an author, writer. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Yvonne Wilder, who played Consuelo in West Side Story, 1961. She has done other things, but that was Bill Murray. Alfonso Ribeiro. James Lesure, who was on the show Las Vegas, or Vegas, the one with James Caan, who ended up leaving towards the end of the series, or before the finals, and I believe Tom Selleck came in to take over. Fannie Flagg, Luke Wilson, Nancy Travis, producer Ethan Cohen, Cheryl Hines, Dave Coulier, Otis Day, Faith Hill, Joseph Mazzello, Mazzzello. He played Tim in Jurassic Park, 1983, the kid who gets on a fence and the thing goes, shoots his ass like 50 yards or whatever. He's like, ah. Then later they got the wrappings on his. Anyway, he was also John Deacon in Bohemian Rhapsody, in 2018. Angus McFadden, uh, MacFadyen. Rob Morrow, Northern Exposure. Billy Porter, singer. David James Elliott, JAG TV series. Director Nick Castle, who also, I believe, played the grown-up Michael Myers in Halloween. Nick Castle. Rudy Youngblood, who played, I read it, and after all this, I can't space it. But he was in Apocalypto 2006. He was the one running with the Jaguar or Panther, whatever it was. Ricky Lake, Nicole Richie, Dominic Pace, Levon Davis, Mary Mara, William Ostrander, Lindsay Sterling, that violin. She does it a lot better than that. I find watching the videos a lot better than listening to the music itself, because you don't get that full visual of her playing, and it's like, sorry, I just kind of had to play music out loud to get what I was doing. Elsa Raven, she was the clock tower lady in Back to the Future, 1985, as Marty and Jennifer are about to kiss. Save the clock tower! Lightning struck the clock tower back in 1955. So it's been 30 years and the town hasn't gotten enough money in the budget to fix the clock tower. And then in Back to the Future Part 2, where Charles Fleischer, who was the voice of Roger Rabbit, was made up as an older gentleman. Save the clock tower! Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and bet on the Cubbies to win. Anyway, or I think it was the Cubbies. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, to the late Henry Gibson, who was on Rowan Martin's Laugh-In, and he was in the Blues Brothers as that was Henry Gibson, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Larry Hagman, Dallas TV series, and my favorite Martian. No, I Dream of Jeannie. Gail Russell, who passed away at a young age, I believe it was 36. Let's see. Sonny Johnson, who was in Flashdance 1983, had an aneurysm rupture. Gail Russell, who she also died at a young age, Sonny Johnson. But Gail Russell, I can't recall, but she passed away at a young age. Sigrid Valdis, not her real name. I didn't write down her real name. Patricia Olson, I think. But she was Anna in Our Man Flint, 1966. And she played Hilda Gretchen on Hogan's Heroes, 1965 to 1970. Chuck Jones, director of the cartoons, Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig and all those guys, the Looney Tunes, Chuck Jones. Nigel Stock, who was in the movie The Great Escape, 1963. And Young Sherlock Holmes, 1985. And of course, author H.G. Wells. Those are the top 100 of 1,315 for September 21st, 2020. Hi, how are you? I hope all is well with you. I did have water before I started eating breakfast, which was the last slice of pizza. Dr. Pepper. And some ice cream. American to the core. Okay, now to the subject. Movies I have that I have not watched, which is true and not true. Hatchet, um, written and directed by Adam Green, stars Tamara Feldman. No, that ain't right. Yeah, Joel David Moore, Tamara Feldman, Dion Richmond, Mercedes McNabb, Perry Shen, Jolie Fioravante, Joel Murray, Richard Rio, Petrica Darbo, excuse me, Joshua Leonard, Tony Todd, with Robert Englund and Kane Hodder. I've watched most of it. I just haven't gotten back into finishing it. This was copyright 2007. It's 84 minutes long, and I believe I only have maybe 20 more minutes to watch. I'm not quite sure. They decide to fight the person who's the bad guy or the monster in the monster, M-O-N, monster. Anyway, and they try to leave, but they end up circling back around and get back at the cabin where they're at, and it's like, so they end up collecting items to start to fight. Now, I saw Rookie of the Year at the movie theater. Copyright 1993 and 2011. So in 1993, which is when I believe the movie was released, I watched it at the movie theater. Thomas Ian Nicholas. I want to say he's one of the guys in American Pie. He's like one of the friends, if I'm not mistaken. Gary Busey, Daniel Stern, Dan Hedaya. When the cast is removed from his broken arm, clumsy 12-year-old Henry Rowan Gardner is shocked to find his arm has become a 100 mile per hour thunderbolt. His throw from the bleachers directly to home plate alerts the last place Chicago Cubs, and before he can shout play ball, he is signed as their new ace pitcher. With a few pointers from an aging star pitcher, Gary Busey, young Henry actually manages to pull off the impossible. Director Daniel Stern also co-stars in this winning stand-up and cheer tale about one boy's dream. I was going to say to marry a cheerleader, but that's... That was a joke in the movie Brain Donor, starring John Turturro, Mel Smith, Bob Nelson. And the lady who played the mom or whatever on The Sopranos. I can't think of her name right now. But it was a kind of a Marx Brother type movie. So to say that I have seen it. I just haven't watched the DVD because it's still wrapped in plastic. Not to be confused with Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks. That's a different kind of wrapped in plastic. That's just wrong, I'm sorry. Grown Ups 2, I have seen it. I watched it at the theater. Copyright 2013. I just have not watched the DVD. You figure I get on the computer, I'm playing, I'm like watching videos on YouTube. I've been watching those insurance scam fails brake checks gone wrong type things on YouTube. And you figure some of them take place in England, Australia, Nova Scotia, Canada. Um, but yeah, some of them do take place here in the United States. New York, California, Utah, I think one of them was. I could be wrong. Arizona, possibly. But it's like people passing on the right, which here in the United States, if you're in the right lane and somebody passes you on the right, that's not good. Because they're riding the end of the side of the road, and usually, and there's a reason people could be driving slow. And if you're behind them and you can't see in front of them, there's a chance they are driving slow for a reason. Because vehicles are coming at you this way, or because it's cluster on this side of the road. I just self-edited. Did you catch that? On the side in the left lane, if it's a 2-lane highway, and you're in the right lane, and the person in the left lane's going butt ass slow, and somebody decides to pass you on the right, and then cut over, there could be vehicles in front of you because there's an accident up ahead. And this impatient bastard that's passing you on the right thinking, oh, dear. In most cases, the people in cars or pickup trucks always say, what a fucking asshole. Or idiot. Fucking idiot. It's like either fucking idiot, fucking asshole, or what the hell is this moron thing? And it's like, oh, I'm glad I got that on dash cam. All of them are saying that. Yeah, I just got my dash cam. And it's like, oh, I got that on camera. And it's like, that just sounds, I mean, it just, but yeah, I've been watching that. People passing on the right, cutting the person off, and then brake checking. And in some instances, the person in the vehicle that just got brake checked does stop in time. And then the person gets out of their car. Hey man, you can't tell what they're saying because the camera is either not picking them up, or the sound for them has been deleted because they have not signed off on the use of the camera. Unlike public places that have the sticker on the front window that says this building or company, whatever, has security cameras in use. Some of them have sound equipment that will record what goes on. That way later, by you entering, you give them permission to pretty much use your stuff if needed. Some of them have that little sticker that says, I believe that's their use to write for recording you. Most places have security cameras anyway. Morons walking out of stores with a bunch of tools and shit. It's like, really? New shoes that are like 15, 20 bucks or whatever, the little slippers they stole. I'm sorry, I sort of went off a little on the topic. I don't recall if I've actually seen this all the way through, but Jeff Speakman, Perfect Weapon. I'm sorry, The Perfect Weapon. Professor Toru Tanaka. Ooh, featuring Asian legends James Hong and Mako with future Law and Order star Mariska Hargitay. Oh, I'm sorry. He's listed as Toru Tanaka. I don't know if he became a professor after this, or if that's just the title. I think I've seen it, but it was on edited for television at one time. Copyrighted year. 1991. He was going to be like the next big action star. Is kind of what it seemed like he was being groomed for. I'm not sure what happened or what came about to where it didn't happen. But I believe he's now teaching the art of stuff. I saw this. I saw the first one at the movie theater. The second one came out. I did not watch it at the theater. But Happy Death Day to You. Sorry, the year is usually on there. It's deja vu all over again for Tree Gelbman, the snarky sorority sister who solved her own murder by repeatedly reliving her death. When the masked campus killer mysteriously returns to terrorize new targets, Tree cycles through another time loop of clever chills and suspense in Happy Death Day to You, the inventive follow-up to Blumhouse's hit thriller Happy Death Day. (2019). Very small print. I have yet to see that. I have not seen it. You figure I've stopped watching television for the most part. I should be writing. Yesterday I hand wrote stuff. Today I am hoping to type stuff. I'm sorry, that almost looked a little, but type stuff. Traitor, starring Don Cheadle. Copyright 2008. Still wrapped in plastic. I have not. The truth is complicated. When a straight arrow FBI agent investigates a dangerous international conspiracy responsible for a prison break in Yemen, a bombing in Nice, and a raid in London, all clues seem to lead back to former U.S. Special Operations Officer Samir Horn, Don Cheadle. But a tangle of contradictory evidence emerges, forcing Clayton to question whether his suspect is a disaffected former military operative or something far more complicated. Obsessed with discovering the truth, Clayton, played by Guy Pearce, tracks Horn across the globe as the elusive ex-soldier burrows deeper and deeper into a world of shadows and intrigue. Traitor is written and directed by Jeffrey Nachmanoff, screenwriter of The Day After Tomorrow. I saw the previews, I think, at the movie theater. I was like, I don't know. Then I saw it at, this could date me a little bit. I saw it at FYE, For Your Entertainment. It's a video store that was in the mall way back when I was like a youngster. $1.99. Sorry, I'm looking for the year in which it came out, or it was 2008, copyrighted 2008. I've yet to watch it. I mean, it seemed like a good thriller type movie, like ooh, ooh, as opposed to like it was the cook in the kitchen. I don't know, whatever. That was going to be a whole Clue type thing with like the Hercule Poirot type thing or whatever, where it's like secluded island building, whatever, where nobody's come in and gone out. So it's one of the guests. I think it was you. You're always here. You're always around when there's a murder. I think it was you. You're just gonna try and pin it on someone else. You Jessica Fletcher, you. Which I think they joked about in an episode. Oh, a murder happened and Jessica Fletcher's around? What are the odds? The Book of Eli. Gary Oldman, Denzel Washington. Copyright 2009. I have not watched this. I have seen two of the fights or two of the fight scenes in the movies or in the movie. Um, he's walking along like what looks like a deserted highway, which could have been. Um, and then there are people there that are going to try and rob him. But there's like a lady who's like, "Ooh, help me, they're after me," and he kind of questions that, and the other people come out of nowhere, and he's like, "No, I can't do that," and he ends up fighting them. The other one was the bar scene. I can't quite recall that right now, but it gets stopped before any or too much damage gets done. I have yet to watch it. I don't know why. I just haven't really felt like it. I do want to finish writing though. That's the thing. And I can't because right now I'm facing the kitchen and I don't know. It's making up excuses. I should just do it. My ice cream is becoming soup or soupy. Disney's Pixar, Incredibles 2. The next day? No, copyright 2018. I have yet to watch it. Why? I don't know. I just haven't really felt like watching it. I like the first one so much. I mean, yeah, there's the little blurb on the back from US Weekly, worth the wait. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone. It really is incredible. Excuse me. The only two blurbs on it, and I mean, I don't really care what they say, like US Weekly and Time, whoever for movie reviews or People magazine, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's like those things. It's like, oh, they got a Rotten Tomato score. I don't really give a flying fuck what Rotten Tomatoes says. You know, they might not like some of the movies I do. I just like watching movies, or at least I did. The ones here obviously prove I don't like watching all movies or a lot of movies. I used to Town I used to live in had 3 video rental places. One was an appliance store, sold televisions, dishwashers, washing machines, dryers, refrigerators, and because they sold TVs, they had a section of videos that they rented. Then there was a video place called Video Choice. Used to be a gas station. The building was. Now it was a carpet place after the video store. I'm not sure what it is now. Um, then of course they had a video store. Wasn't Blockbuster. I checked my wallet to see if I still had a card for it, and you figure it's been over 20 years since I lived in that town, so I don't which wouldn't surprise me if I did have the card somewhere. But I believe since the store is no longer there, it's a gym, a workout facility, fitness center, whatever you want to call it. Sure there was a thought to that. Oh, anyway, uh, there were 3 video stores in town. I rented 3 videos from one place. I walked because I didn't have a car. I walked down to another place, rented 3 from there. Then I went over to the third one and rented 3 from there. This is on my day off from work. Because I was working second shift at the so like 3 o'clock to 11 type, or 2 to 11, something like that. It was at Arby's. So I had a car then. Maybe this was No, this was before then, I think. Anyway, my point was I rented like 9 movies in one day. I watched 3 of them. This was VHS, so I rewound the tapes. So after the movie, I'd let it sit while I watched the second movie. That movie was done, took the tape out, rewound the first one, tried to decide which one I wanted to watch next. So it was like I watched 4 movies in one day. Um, Ended up taking the ones I did watch back that night, because the place is one of the the appliance store was closed at that time. So I dropped the 2 videos I watched off there. Went to the other place, I believe the Video Choice. They were still open. It wasn't that late. It was like 10 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever. I went to their place, dropped off the 2 I saw from them. So said, "These are 2. I'll have the other one back." I know I watched the new releases that needed to be back that night. I went home, thought about taking a nap or sleeping, but I think I ended up watching 4 more of the movies. No, I watched 2 more of the movies. Uh, I couldn't tell you any of the movies I rented because it's been a long time, and I've seen a lot of movies since then and be prior to. But yeah, I watched 4 that day, returned them. The next day, I watched 2 more, 4 more. I think I did take a nap or something, woke up, watched the other ones, showered, returned them from where they went to. I may have had a car, I don't remember. But you figure it was my day off, so I wasn't really. Uh, but yeah, I used to watch movies all the time. Um, when I did get a car, I would actually go watch movies at the movie theater because it's the mall had a movie theater. Uh, what's the place in Ipsy, kind of Ann Arbor, Showcase Cinemas? Victor Briarwood Mall had a movie theater. It was the Briarwood Mall. Fox Village Theater was in the Kmart. Wasn't the Kmart complex, but um, figure Kmart was here. They had which had this whole side. And then there was like another over here, and Fox Village Theater was over there with used to be a Burger Chef restaurant. It was like a big ass corner of stuff. It was like buildings and parking lots and oh my. But I saw Back to the Future at the Fox Village Theater in Ann Arbor, The Breakfast Club, which my dad took me to, the movie theater, which is kind of odd because when Back to the Future Part 2 came out, that's where I went to watch it. Part 3, I'm not sure where I saw that at. Then, of course, there was Wayside Cinemas, which ended up becoming a. I'm not sure. I never went inside. I don't know if it was a Lager, laser tag type place or what. Like I said, I never went inside. It used to be a movie theater. It's where I saw Clue. I'm not sure which ending I saw because there were 3 endings. I mean, the possibilities of who did it playing the board game could be anyone. Could be any one of the main characters plus whatever room and whatever weapon. But the movie had it set up to where, excuse me, to where certain ones, whatever. Because there's a scene where it's like Mrs. Peacock isn't there, and then she is there. So it's like, wait, what? But you don't notice she's not there because they're all crowded in the door, so you can't tell if they're there or not. Because Mr. Green entered the room or entered the kitchen, followed by the butler, Wadsworth, played by Tim Curry. Michael McKean played Mr. Green. And then they showed the door, and you see kind of Miss Scarlet, Colonel Mustard, and then it's like the other ones kind of come in after, but it's like they're just kind of still in the door. So then you can kind of see Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet, Miss White, Mrs. Peacock. So it's like you don't know if they were there at the time. But yeah, I think the one I saw had Miss Scarlet was the ending, was the one who did it. On the DVD, it lets you play all three endings. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you are having a good day. I really hope you are having a good day. Whether it be your morning, your afternoon, or your evening. Be sure to stay hydrated. Yes, you may have to go to the bathroom a little bit more. And I apologize for that. But that's a natural thing. It's a thing that happens naturally. You eat, you drink, you have to use the bathroom. Me, I go out in public. I can't. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if there's a test for that, if I have anxiety, or if it's just like a nerves or whatever. But I really don't like going out in public. Makes me have to go to the bathroom. I'm not saying it makes me have to go. Like you have to go. I'm making you her, but it's just one of those like nerves, I suppose. Like if I were to get up on stage and hey, joke, 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 joke. I'd be sweating profusely because I'd be nervous as all get out. But I would probably, I don't know if I would eventually ease into it. Public speaking, it's that, excuse me, almost approaching 50 minutes. I'm keeping you a long time just rambling on. It is now almost 7:20 a.m. as I am live streaming this. I hope all is well with you. I hope you're having a good day. I really do. Please remember, be kind to each other. We're all going through shit. Some of us better hiding it than others. Some of the shit we're going through isn't or doesn't feel as stressful as everything else. But hey, that's what we do. We do. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Take care.